Namaste. For our lesson today, let me share with you some technical aspects as well as some safety elements, together with some philosophical insights for the Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. There are so many other teachings and insights you can gather from external sources aside from this lesson. So I really encourage you to look into them because they are very useful for your safe and progressive practice. They all come from personal direct experience of people who practice this powerful method themselves. And the insights and the teachings, as well as some tips that I will be sharing with you for this lesson, are just a wee tiny component of this vast and profound complex method. And they include the mistakes I've committed along the way and the lessons I've learned from them, so you are guided safely and accordingly. Before I learned this Kriya, my Kundalini absorption was pretty high already, but I would normally approach my practice predominantly from the perspective of the asanas, and that includes hours and hours of back bends and hip openings, together with some other lesser advanced form of breath regulation. That by the end of my practice, is either I'm lacking the time to meditate anymore because I have to do something else after, or even though my energy levels were high, my physical body was just so exhausted and tired. So this Kriya enabled me to bridge the gap between the physical, the breath, the meditation, all the way down to the teaching aspects, the sharing and the counseling as well. So in that way, I was able, or I am able, to connect more to the whole spirituality of the practice, which is the most beautiful for me. So having said that, this method is advanced. It's not meant to be practiced by a beginner, or it's not meant to become like a shortcut of the method because you want to go straight to it, because there are so many other underlying components of this method which normally would have been developed by gaining physical integrity and some levels of respiratory strength. And I'm talking about the bandhas, because the bandhas will play an important and integral role for the safety of the practice of the Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. If you feel that your bandhas are strong already and somehow you wanted to progress deeper and a lot more time to lesser physical aspects of this Kriya is for you. Yeah? Because this Kriya will enable you to harness and produce the same amount of energy, yeah, or even more. You see, right? So for this tutorial, we will tackle the technicality or the base method for this Kriya, and I will be dropping some energetic insights, the qualities of the breath, how do we engage and then access the bandhas as we practice this, together with some safety for the release and some progression if you are just starting with this Kriya or with this method. So the base movement for this Kriya is pretty simple. So we will start off by blocking the right nostril using the thumb while the remaining 4 fingers are pointing up. Alright, let's do that first. Yeah. So thumb finger blocks the right nostril. You're going to inhale through the left. And then when the inhalation is about to finish, at the top of it, you're going to clip and suspend that breath high and then pump the navel region 3 times, such as this. Breathing in to the left. Good. And while you're doing the pumping, your mind says, Wa, He, Gu. 1 pump for the Wa, 1 pump for the He, and the 3rd pump for the Guru. And your eyes are fixed down the tip of the nose and it's attempt open. But actually that's the easiest to do. Yeah. What's more important is how you suspend the breath using the Jalandhara Bandha, and how you confine the breath lightly up the upper spine using your Uddiyana Bandha. That's the reason why this bandha is, or this kriya is advanced, because you need to have developed the bandhas first before you do this one. Otherwise, if you just do the base technique without the energy lock supporting you inside, you might experience heaviness in the chest, because somehow eventually pressure will start to build up as you pump the energy, and that could be dangerous for the health of your vital inner organs, especially of the lungs, the heart, and the diaphragm. Right? So, having said that, so how do we suspend the breath? And what is the behavior of the breath, as well as the quality of the breath when you do this kriya? Alright, number one, the breath is rising. It has its ascending pattern, so it moves upwards. Right? So when you bring the breath inwards, it's not bulging in the tummy. The belly muscles go flat and thin, and the sides of the trunk lengthen upwards. Alright, so let's do that. So blocking your right nostril, yeah. Breathe in, ascending, lift the breath up. Good. So, which energetic component actually makes it happen? It's the Uddiyana Bandha, and it's the Jalandhara Bandha. So, the bandhas will somehow regulate the flow of the energy from the base of your hips all the way up. Yeah? And then you don't do it in a way that you breathe in one big chunk. No. So from a thick base, as you rise the breath, it goes thinner. So that's the quality of the breath. It will start thick, and as you rise it, it goes thinner. Yeah? Because the thin quality of the breath at the top, you can suspend it lightly, like you are hanging it. It's not merely a stop. It's not merely a pause. If you just pause and stop the breath, as you pump the energy, the pressure will build, and then that pressure, if you're weak around the vital inner organs of your upper spine, you might hurt yourself. Yeah? So the breath goes thin as it rises, and then only you are suspending the thin breath up. So the chest, the lungs, the heart, and every aspect of your respiratory system and circulatory system is open and supported. So that's when the Jalandhara Bandha and the Uddiyana Bandha really play an important role for this kriya. Now, without them, and then you do the pumping, you might suffer pressure inside, and that's not good. Alright, so let's do that. Yeah, alright. So first, breathing in, nice and light. Release any blockages around the hips. Thumb finger blocking the right nostril. Now lightly breathe in through the left nostril. Draw it up. Catch the tip of that in-breath. Let it suspend lightly. And then pump it 3 times. Wa, He, Guru. Good. So that is the energetic support needed for this kriya to stay safe and supported. Okay. So the Jalandhara Bandha, or the neck lock, allows the thin quality of the breath to suspend lightly up, while the Uddiyana Bandha keeps the breath, or keeps the energy high up here and then not drop down the hips, to keep the inner organs of your heart, the lungs, and your diaphragm, together with some other organs inside, to stay open, light, and supported. So this combination of the bandhas engaged in just right amount of intensity, together with the technique and the utmost awareness and focus on the quality of the breath, are very important in making this kriya safe and effective. Otherwise, if you don't engage them, if you don't combine all these skills, and then you pump the energy, your inner organs might suffer unnecessary pressure, and it's not good. So the energy is somehow confined only from the base of the ribs and the collarbones, and it's slightly suspended. It's not heavy, neither is too high. So the Uddiyana Bandha allows the energy to rise up, and then keeping the lumbar region, keeping the organs of the lower spine safe and supported. And the Jalandhara Bandha is able to clip and suspend and hang the energy lightly up to keep the chest and then the organs inside the chest supported as well, the lungs, the heart, and the diaphragm. So the holding of the breath is not just a stoppage. It's not merely a pause. So somehow the bandhas, as they suspend the breath and as you do the pumping, the bandhas will somehow interact inside to direct the energy lightly to where the space is available. These are quite deep manifestations, because as you got more efficient with using the bandhas when you do the kriyas, you can actually direct the energy where you need unclogging or cleansing. It's not merely pumping and retention. No, something is happening inside your body as you do the process. With the bandhas, you will be able to develop this skill. That is the main purpose of this kriya for me, to further the cleansing of our inner nadis, especially of those energy pathways located in the upper regions of the spine, because it paves the way for the opening of the upper chakra, so the energy could rise up. Right. So that's very important, the energetic support as well as the quality of the breath, and how do we retain and suspend the breath. Now the release. Right. But before the release, how intense should the pumping be done? Right. So start mild to gentle. Then as your bandhas become more efficient, try to increase the intensity of the pumping. So it goes confident and strong, but not rigid and struggle. Right? So let's do that. Yeah. Then I will be discussing the release and the progression as well. Right? So spine is upright but not rigid. Neutral lift in the chest, not pushing forward. Don't fight the shoulders. Let the shoulders hang nice and loose. Right. So you may want to start by breathing first both sides of the nostril. Exhale both sides out. Alright. The thumb blocks your right nostril. Eye gaze, attent movement to your tip of the nose. Now breathing, left nostril. Pump 3 times. Wa-he-guru. 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 Keep your Uddiyana Bandha gently engaged inside to draw that energy up, and keeping your Jalandhara Bandha engaged as well to keep the suspension light. Alright, now the release. So after the last pump, you're gonna take a light mock inhalation, like you wanna pull up a little bit more, but not too much. And then from there, suspend the upper back, let the pressure dissolve. The bandha, the Jalandhara Bandha, keeps the upper back light, and slowly exhale the breath out through the other nostril. And you're going to clip the left nostril using your ring finger or your pinky, and then repeat the process through the right nostril. So how many? Our aim is to finish 16 rounds of 3 palms. So that's about 48. Traditionally, we have to do that. Although, if you are starting with the practice, I would recommend just do as many as you can connect. Maybe 3 of 4, 3 of 8, and then progressively go until you do 16 of 3 palms. So we use the creases or the lines of our fingers to count and take track of our counting. So the first 3 palm, the base of your pinky, and then the second crease or the second line, the third line, and the tip. So this is Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Alright? So maybe while you're still building the strength and efficiency, finish only 3. That's 12. So Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. A light clip. Let the up back hang, let the shoulders hang, and slowly exhale the breath to the other nostril. Alright, so let's do 1 round. Let's just do 3 or 12 of 3, using fingers to keep track of the counting. Alright, listen a bit. So before you do, for example, your practice, I would suggest distributing the energy around. So you might do 1 round or 2 rounds of sun salutations or any forms of warming. I would normally do that. Alright. Rise it up. First breathe both sides of the nostril. Loosen the neck. Let your upper back suspend. Lightly up. Alright. The chin is tucking in. The chest is neutrally open. The sides of the tummy long and thin. Engage the core lock gently already. Yeah? Prepare for the count. Now breathing through the left nostril. Suspend lightly, hang lightly, and pump. Waheguru, Waheguru. Flip. Let the shoulders hang, let the upper back hang. Blocking your right nostril or left nostril, and exhale the breath through your right side. And let's do 1 more. Breathe into your right. Suspend, let it hang, pump. Waheguru, 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 Waheguru. Suspend lightly up. Block your right again. And exhale gently through your left side. So when you exhale, you don't want to collapse it. Somehow the spine remains neutral, and just allow the energy to exit gently out of the opposite nostril. So that's the Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. From its technical aspects, entry, holding, safety, as well as progression and all the other underlying components needed for its safe and progressive practice. So let me know if you have any questions. I would be happy to help. Namaste.